Discuss the electrodes, which is which. That means anode is which type of electrode and cathode is which type of electrode. Anode. Anode means add, that is the positive electrode. And anode, as it is a positive electrode, hence cathode is a negative, as if it is anode is a positive and cathode is negative. And charged particles going to anode is called as an ion. Charged, that means the negative charged particles will be moving towards the anode, and those ions are called as the anions. Opposite charges, as if we know that already we have discussed anode is positive, that's why the negative electrons will be moving towards uh, anode. So opposite charges attract, and anion is a negative entity. And similarly, the particle going to cathode is called as cation. Cation means positive charge. And here, as if cathode is connected towards the negative terminal of the battery, the positive ions will be attracted towards the cathode, and cathode will be getting the cations. Stop. Now, differences between cations and anions. Cations are positively charged ions. That means if any atom loses the electrons, it will get the positively charged. And anions are negatively charged. When the atoms will become negatively charged, if any atom is accepting the electron, then it will forms as the anion. Example, Na plus. That means sodium has lost one electron. That's why it has become as the positive electron. Positive charged particle, and that positive charged particle is called as the cation. And if you go for chlorine, chlorine is ready to accept one electron and form as Cl minus. Okay, as if chlorine is getting negative charge, and this negative charged particle is called as the anion. And if we go for the cations, first we will discuss completely about the cations only. Positively charged ions are called as the cations, and these cations will migrate to cathode during electrolysis. As if we have discussed that this cathode is uh, connected towards the negative terminal of the battery, and these are the positive charges, and this positive is attracted towards the negative. That's why these cations will be migrating towards the cathode during electrolysis. And gain of electrons, as if these are positive charged particles, they will gain the electrons from the cathode and get reduced to become a neutral atom. Understand? So these cations will gain the electrons. Already they are positively charged. They will gain the electrons and form as the neutral atom. And this accepting of the electrons and forming as the neutral atom is called as a reduction. It is called as the reduction. The examples of cations are Na plus, Ca2 plus, Al3 plus. In this all they have lost the electrons. That's why these are called as the cations. Now if you go for the anions, anions are the negatively charged particles. That means already they have accepted the electrons from other substances, and these anions will be migrated to anode during the electrolysis. Ions are the negatively charged particles, and anode is connected towards the positive terminal of the battery. That's why these two oppositely charged particles will be attracted, and that's why these anions will migrate towards anode. And here they lose electrons to anode. They'll be losing the electrons to anode. As if these are having the negatively charged particles, electrons are more, and they will lose. Anions will lose the electrons to anode electrode and get oxidized to become the neutral atom. That means as if the extra electrons are there, they will give it to the anode and they form as the neutral atom. Understand? The examples are PO4 C3 minus, Cl minus, SO4 2 minus, OH minus, phosphate ion, chloride ion, sulfate ion, and hydroxide ions are the examples of anions.